What it do, Dream Team? It's your boy Neal, back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with NBA legends and players on how terrifying prime Dwyane Wade was. Now we be reacting to Mike, MJ, legends of the 80s, legends of the 90s. But I said let's move more into the era that I grew up with in basketball. It's some more of the new school players. Dwyane Wade is my favorite basketball player of all time. I just think dude's ability on the court was insane. He played so instinctively, and he was just such a competitor out there, such a leader, bro. D-Wade was my guy. And I don't know, watching him I was just happy watching Dwyane Wade play basketball. So I'm excited to jump into this. Before we do though, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, give the video a thumbs up so it gets suggested, and share the video. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Oh, you got D-Wade.
Hey man, it's your boy YG, aka Ngala, and Dwyane Wade, the Flash. This guy was so good, people thought that he was the closest thing we have ever seen to Michael Jordan in his prime. And yes, it was looking like that from 2005 to 2010. It was the fact that he was one of the best two-way players we have ever seen. And it's kind of crazy that he never won an MVP. You would think Dwyane Wade had at least one MVP under his belt, but he had zero. He's
0809 should have been his.
Hands down the best player to never win an MVP. I don't think nobody comes close to him. And if it wasn't for LeBron just being LeBron, he would have definitely had an MVP, especially in that 2008 and 09 season.
That should have been his.
You got to remember that Dwyane Wade had one of the greatest finals performances in NBA history. He averaged 34.7 rebounds and close to 4 assists that series. And this was only his third season in the NBA. He led that team down 0-2 against the Dallas Mavericks and won Finals MVP. He was literally the spitting image of Jordan when I was watching that series. And mind you, he was doing this with a mediocre Shaq. And what I mean by that, it wasn't the best Shaq, like how we seen with the Lakers. But he still dropped 13 points and 10 rebounds. So he was still good, but it's not like how he was when he was playing with Kobe. And this just shows you how great Dwyane Wade was. In that 2006 Finals, he was the only person on that team averaging at least 20 points. Shaq was the second highest with 13 points. So basically Dwyane Wade was a one-man show in that series.
From 34, your top scorer, your second top scorer, 13 a game. Crazy, bro. Bro, the Flash was, he was a different animal, bro. He was a different animal.
And in fact, only 2 people was averaging at least 10 points on that team. Antoine Walker and Shaq. That's it. Usually a finals team have at least 2 players that can average 20 points. But for Dwyane Wade's case, he was the only one. And guys, even LeBron had to go to Dwyane Wade and learn from him on how to lead a team to a championship. That was one of the biggest reasons why they lost in the 2011 final.
I always say D-Wade mentored the GOAT. No, he was a mentor to the GOAT. You feel me?
They didn't know who was that guy on that team, if you know what I'm saying. Dwyane Wade was still in his prime, and LeBron is in his prime. They didn't really know who was that Robin or that sidekick of the team. So after that disappointing loss in the 2011 finals, Dwyane Wade decided to take a step back and said it's time for LeBron to take over the team. And this is just another way of showing Dwyane Wade's greatness, because most superstars wouldn't have done that. But he decided to do what's better for the team so they can win a championship. That's why I say Dwyane Wade is LeBron's greatest teammate, because if it weren't for him, LeBron would still struggle with how to win a championship. So here's what NBA legends and players have to say how scary prime D-Wade was. But before we get straight into the video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the culture so you won't be missing any of my videos. And let's get to the vid, man.
I tell you, Dwyane is a phenomenon. You know, if he's not talked in terms of the MVP, then I think they really are not giving it a fair assessment of the MVP. I think.
Preach, Mike.
No matter what you can say about his team, you take him away from his team, I'm pretty sure they would not be as successful. As you take away LeBron and you take away Kobe, I'm pretty sure those teams would still be competitive. Not to speak.
I don't know about LeBron teams. You take LeBron away, they wouldn't be a success. You take Kobe away, they wouldn't have been a success. They would have been probably D-Wade was the only person on that team. Point blank. Period. 0809, bro. So I understand what MJ said, but you take LeBron and Kobe away, of course, those teams are down the drain.
Speak down on his teammates, just in terms of how much he represents offensively and defensively on that team and the leadership, So that, for whatever reason, never goes into consideration of the MVP. And I think, that should have some real hardcore understandings that, this kid each and every day, if he's not playing, they don't have the chance to win. And when he's
at
out,
all,
they can beat anybody on the basketball court.
Facts.
A little strange guarding him after you guys spent the last 2 summers together, playing alongside, winning gold together.
No, not really strange. I think it's more fun, because we know each other, and he did a couple things tonight that he picked up from me this summer, and I was able to pick up a couple things from him this summer as well. So it's fun.
Wait, what would you describe the conversations you were having towards the end of the game then? Good-natured?
Oh yeah, good natured. Just fun, just fun stuff. I mean,
He walked right by you on the free throw.
Yeah. Well, he was telling me, come on, miss one, make one interesting. And I told him, this is where I make my money, man. I'm not missing these.
That fall away, you're right in his face. Is that one of your tricks, would you say?
Yeah, no, he picked up a couple things. Defensively as well, he picked up a couple techniques that we kind of joked about a little bit, and it's good. It's good.
Kobe, how much more did you get up for?
I can help you win. I know what I got to do. A lot of people don't know that. In the finals, I was having a terrible finals. I don't know what was going on, but we were down 0-2, so I flipped it. What you gonna do, D-Wade? I got 3 people on me. Flash, Antoine, Gary. What you gonna do? I got 4 people on me. What the hell y'all gonna do? So that was my way of getting, and then we just 3 game, bing, 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 bing. Everybody responded. It worked. So, but we didn't have any problems because I was just tired at that point. I don't want to. It's your team. I don't even, because it don't mean nothing. It was my team in LA, and look, I got traded. So that don't mean nothing. So you keep it, young fella. It's yours. But he was a perfect player. Like if you open, bing, 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 and then we had to tell him, yo man, shoot. You got Graham on you, bro. Shoot. Graham can't guard you. I don't do shoot. So, we had to tell him to sometimes be aggressive, and it worked.
Russell, when Dwyane Wade was young, he played a lot like you do now, explosive, athletic. Now he's 34. He can still get the job done in a different way. How much do you appreciate a guy who can sort of morph his game like that?
You definitely appreciate a guy like that, man. He's obviously won championships and he knows how to play the game. He prepared himself every year to try to become one of the best players to have his position, and obviously for the Miami Heat. But he's definitely done a great job, and it's somebody obviously me growing up watching them play and watching the Heat play back then. To see him now is a good thing to see him on the floor.
Everybody has really paid this great respect to him. The Bud commercial, the Bud 3 commercial, is just amazing for those who have not seen that. Competing against him, can you try and put into words what he's meant to the game?
Man, he's done so many great things. I mean, I think everybody's so honored, to have played against him, and I obviously know him. I don't know him as well as the guy on the other end of the table, but I've had a lot of battles with him, and just talking with him, going against him, you know that when you step on the court against him, you have to bring your A+ game. And I've had many battles with him, and we talked the first preseason game, kind of reminiscing, and as we went on through the season and to our last game, just remembering the good times. And I tell you what, he's one of the best 2 guards to ever play this game.
Candace, I know how much.
Yeah, definitely. No offense to Vince. Vince was a great, but D-Wade used to give him that work. D-Wade used to
It's important to you personally, knowing you to be more than just about basketball and the imprint that you leave on people and kids. And that's really been what has been D-Wade off the floor as much as we talk about what he's done on it.
Well, you mentioned the commercial earlier, and it was just everybody talking about D-Wade the person. I mean, we all know what he's done in between the lines, how many championships he's won, arguably one of the best two guards to ever play the game of basketball, but off the court, just who he's impacted, the type of person he is. I mean, personal story for me, I was a D-Wade fan. I'm from Illinois, have followed his career, and I remember seeing him at the ESPYs and being like, hey, D-Wade, I love your sidekick. The D-Wade sidekick. I know everybody had the D-Wade sidekick, but I'm a college student. The next day at my door, a D-Wade sidekick. So it's just, he's just a giver. And
I wanted that D-Wade sidekick so freaking bad growing up.
he's been about that. He's been about basketball, and it's great to see that he's had this tour.
Shaq, you've watched him grow as a player and a person. I mean, you're the one who gave him flash. How about D-Wade?
I found out about D-Wade by accident, believe it or not. I was the type of player never paid attention to other players, so right before the playoffs started, Miami Heat was playing Charlotte. I was like, damn, this kid's nice. And I just kept watching him. So when it came time for me to be traded, knowing that I couldn't do it by myself, I needed a Penny Hardaway, Kobe Bryant type player. I went upstairs and said, okay, I'll let you trade me, but I'm going to play with D-Wade. When I got there, we had a conversation. I said, I know there's a lot of conversation about what went on with me and the last guy. That could never happen with me and you. I'm going to help you. You're going to help me. And he just emerged as a great player. And then we had our first argument during the finals. Because I wasn't having a great finals and everybody was looking for me. And I was like, why y'all looking for me? Do something. Because they was doubling and tripling me. I was like, D-Wade, what you going to do? And he just took off, finals MVP. And from that point on, he just, emerged as probably one of the best two guards to ever play the game.
Yeah. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and tell me, what was your favorite Dwyane Wade moment? Mine had to be when he dunked over Anderson Virgil. That was the greatest posterizer I have ever seen. Nasty. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and show love to the YG gang, and I'm out.
I think the greatest was when he stole that ball against Chicago. John Solomon stole that ball from Solomon in Chicago, overtime. Runner off one leg, 3-pointer to beat the buzzer. Jumped on the, and I'm sure that's a lot of people's greatest moment. Jumped on the announcer stand or whatever. This is my house. That's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. It's your boy Neal. Out.